That's the wrong button. Alright. That's the right screen. Hello. Happy Friday. Welcome to Cyber Mentoring. Sorry, why did I say happy Friday? Okay. Hang on. We're starting over. Hello, and welcome to Cyber Mentoring Monday. I am Tiberius. I know how to stream. I know which buttons to press on my stream deck. They are labeled. Okay. How is everybody? I see we got a few people in chat. Hello. I never know if you pronounce it C Emily 14 or Semily 14. Christy, good to see you. Promaster, always good. Ghosts are spooky, welcome back. And just not Bob. I'm not sure if I recall you being in stream before, but welcome back. We had Igorovich and Dikonish following. Thank you very much. How was everyone's weekend? Hopefully good. Hopefully everyone's week was good. I had a good test last week. It was a web application. I found SQL injection on the first day, which is always a good sign. So yeah, and then it was just like cross-site scripting and a bunch of access control issues. So generally good. Delicious Cuban sand. So were you in Cuba for Cuban sand, or did you have a Cuban sandwich? A sandwich, like spelt with an H. Throwmaster, you're all over the place. Alright, best followers, primes, and viewers on mountviewers.com. Remove the space. I tell you what, why don't I just remove you from the chat? How do I do that? How do I ban NM? There we go. Yes, that was good. And Friday, if you weren't aware, I did release a new tool, and I did a video on it, but I will at least show you the tool. So those of you who know me, shouldn't that work? There we go. Right, auto recon in chat. Yeah, so for those who don't know, I coded auto recon, which is a really cool enumeration tool for OSCP and HackTheBox and TryHackMe. And it works by doing Nmap scans, and then it pulls services out of those, and it runs a bunch of other scans automatically. A good example is obviously for HTTP, there's tons of stuff you can do. You would run Buster. You maybe try and grab a robots.txt. You could take a screenshot, etc. So for Friday, which happened to be April 1st, I released this, which actually, there we go, it's public. Yeah, I guess I had this copy cached. I released semi-auto recon, which is exactly the same, only it's semi-automatic. So hang on, let me demo what that means. So let's just do an auto recon scan first. VV127001. Right, so I'm just going to scan myself. So you see it does the top TCP ports, all TCP ports. Oh, it's discovering everything. It's running. These scans are already running. Whoops. So everything's running. And actually that caused but proxy do crazy. So that's all running. Semi-auto recon. It asks you every single time it wants to run a command. So before it runs anything, it will tell you what it wants to run. See, it wants to run this command, which is the basic mmap scan to figure out what services are running. If you just press enter, it does nothing. If you type in lowercase, it does nothing. If you alternate case, absolutely nothing. If you type execute in all caps, which is exactly what it says, it starts running. And then it will prompt the next one it wants to run. And in this case, this is the full nmaps, full TCP scan. So we can skip that one. Oh, there is a small bug sometimes where it doesn't record your inputs, and it'll go through and do all this. But and then you have to do that. That was fun. Ironically, though, even though this was meant as an April Fool's joke, one which, by the way, I thought up pretty much the week after I released Auto Recon version 2, and I had it in a little file in the Auto Recon source code on my desktop, not pushed to GitHub, and the file was called aprilfools.txt, and it had basically the copy this block of code there and it'll work. So it was a long time planned. Despite this being an April Fool's joke, people actually seem to like it. Because they like the fact that you can just, if you run it, it'll tell you what it's going to do, and apparently that's useful to know for learning purposes. Even though regular Auto Recon does actually tell you what it's running, and it has a list of commands that it's run, that it outputs to a file called commands.log. Apparently, semi-auto recon is considered better. Who knew? The other thing that happened over the weekend was Spring4Shell. At least I think it happened Thursday, right? So what I figured we would do today, because this is Cyber Mentoring Monday, so we do easy stuff. We'll do this room, because it's just like a walkthrough room where you get to exploit it. But I figure for the exploit, we will we'll proxy it through burp and see what it actually does. And then we'll finish with an easy box from HackTheBox. So let's start. Okay. So we'll start the machine. 2 to 3 minutes to start it completely. Okay. And then we can download these task files. Save them. So we'll create a new. There we go. New folder. Spring4Shell. I'll save that. The password is this. Oh, I didn't start. Right, hang on. Let's probably start Tmux. That would be nice. Yep. There we go. So we should have Spring4Shell, unzip, exploit zip. Good. And if we look in exploit.py, maybe I should open this in Atom. That'd be better to show. Don't know what that is. Okay, TryHackMe, Spring4Shell, exploit.py. So, I have done literally no research on this, but at first glance, so it looks like it's injecting obviously Java code. But is it doing it? I guess we'll find out how it's actually injecting this. Because what we're going to do, the exploit sends a post request here to the URL you enter. There's some headers, data is this. And if we add proxies equals, and then you'd have a dictionary, HTTP, HTTP 127.0.0.1.80.80. That should send it through burp. So okay, it has been up for 3 minutes-ish. So let's read over the, we'll skim read over the background. So it writes, forced the application to write a malicious JSP file. Effectively plain text Java. Yeah, pretty much. So I guess it writes a web shell, and then you can use that to execute code. There are definitely limitations. So I know people were like claiming this is like as bad as Log4Shell, but apparently it's not, like, at all. Because Log4Shell worked in like the default configuration, but this, Spring4Shell requires that the Apache Tomcat server is running a Spring application packaged as a WAR. And the default is not WAR, it's jar. So as far as I'm aware, this like isn't as bad as Log4j. Log4j? Log4Shell. But yeah, I guess what we'll do is run. Firstly, let's run the exploit against something nonsense so we can actually see it's actually working. Does it have a help? Oops. It does. Alright. HTTP 127.0.0.1. Oh. Probably should take the -h out. Exploit failed to upload, but that's not what we care about. There it is. Okay. It does work. So you see how we managed to get to make a post request. And it looks like it's, these headers are probably useful, the suffix header. But obviously this, there we go. If I hover over it, it decodes it for us, which is nice. So it's definitely, yeah, it's just writing, I guess it's just writing JSP code, which is weird. And you can do this unauthenticated. Alright, let's see if it actually just works against this. So I think the right, so by default it'll upload its own. You can password protect the shell. Okay, so we don't really need any of that. We will just paste HTTP / your shell can be found. Okay, so did it do anything else? No, that's literally it. So I'm guessing whether it's this stuff that does something, or like who knows how this works. But apparently it just does, which is fun. So now we have apparently a shell. We do indeed. Okay, obtain a web shell. Bonus question. Use the web shell to obtain a reverse bind shell on the target. We can do that easily. Let's get a reverse shell. Let's try this one. URL encoded, obviously. Let's paste it in there. Dash. Here we go. Does it work? Nope. Do I have... Should work. Was my IP address wrong? Nope. So probably just not a very good shell. Let's use rev shell gen. Rev shell gen. Yeah. This one hasn't failed us yet. We just need to URL encode it, which we can do with HackVerter. It automatically does it. No, it doesn't. Okay. It tries to decode it. I don't want to decode it. I want to encode it. URL encode. That's not going to work. There we go. Okay. Start my netcat shell going again. And still nothing. Interesting. Okay. Oops. Rev shell, yeah, rev shell gen. ls to list all the shells. I mean, I guess we could just try JSP. Because what we could do is just upload our own, right? And the port 4444. Oh, okay. It's not really what we wanted. Is there just a regular? You know, there's gotta be one that works here. Should we just try Python? Let's see if Python's installed. Which Python? Okay, maybe not. Python. Oh, hang on, maybe. Let's find out which bash. Yeah, okay, so which works, which Python 3. Python 3 works, perfect, okay. So, we'll do this. We'll do Python 3. Oops. And URL encode it. Obviously, netcat. No. Alright, I mean, let's just do it the way they suggest, I guess. So we'll generate a payload while I check my phone. So we should just be able to rerun this command, right? but do -f. Wait, is that just the... Oh, it's just the name. Alright, I misunderstood that. That's just the name of the file. So it's not actually going to upload our reverse shell. I know what we can do. Let's search for... Actually, yeah, we'll just do... We'll go to my pentest cheat sheets. I think we're in exploits. Metasploit payloads. Let's just run new name -a. We're 64-bit. So we do indeed want a staged payload. Not as that, we want this one. Okay, so we're going to do this. Copy the L host and L port information, and then we're going to go var // shell.elf. We'll see if we have wget. We do. So we're going to run wget -O temp shell.elf, and then we're going to grab it. HTTP / shell.elf. We could check the logs here, or we could just do an ls-l in temp. We do have shell.elf, or elf, or whatever you want to call it. So we just need to chmod, obviously +x, but the plus won't work because we're dealing with the URL, so we need %2b. Temp shell.elf. Again, we'll just run ls refresh to clear the cache. We have execute on there. So now we should do... If this doesn't work, I have no idea. Other than maybe the port being blocked, but we at least know it can get to port 80. There we go. And it crashed. Can I just send that in the background with an ampersand? I don't remember what an ampersand encodes to. 26. Okay. Alright, this is incredibly unstable, I guess. I'm not entirely sure how they expect us to grab a web shell then. Not a web shell, a full shell. I'm sure it must be done, but I don't want to spend my time just trying every single one until it works. We got one technically working. No idea why it just dies. I guess, okay, hang on. Let's just check. Let's check and try and catch it with multi-handler. Yeah, alright, I'll try that as well, fdssec, if this doesn't work. So use that, set L host equals =0. Oh, like that would help. Oh, right. I used it instead of set payload. Alright. I guess the options... Yep. I need to do lhost again. Now we can run it. And now try this again. I thought this was stageless. Did I select the wrong one? Oh my god, I did. Okay, I was supposed to select this one. It would have worked if we'd selected this one. That's why it didn't work, was because it was expecting a stage. Okay. But we have a shell now. Yeah. Okay, that was just me being slightly dumb. For those of you who don't know, the difference between a staged and a stageless...
Mr. Streamer!
Yeah, I know. Is not only this / becoming an underscore, but that is how you tell them apart. If you want to know which shells are staged, the ones that separate shell and whatever method with a / are staged. The ones that have an underscore are stageless. Stageless means the entire reverse shell will be in the file you generate. You do not need any special software to catch the shell. You can use Netcat. A staged is a tiny payload. It's much, much smaller than this one. So if you care about size, or you, for instance, are dealing with a buffer overflow and you have not too many bytes to put your payload, if you use this one, you will need to use multi-handler in Metasploit, and you'll have to set the payload to the same thing in multi-handler. So the first thing it does when it executes is it calls back to your listener, and then multi-handler will know to send the rest of the reverse shell. All staged payloads require Metasploit. All Metasploit generated ones do, as far as I'm aware. Because, I mean, I guess technically you could write a program to handle them, but Metasploit knows how to send the next stage. And so if you see here, when I got the connection, it sent the stage to the IP address, which is what got us our actual shell. Okay, so let's... Complete. Did we miss something? Conclusion. Lovely. Any questions? But a JSP shell would have worked as well. Yeah, to be fair though, this is just a reverse shell. It's a simple reverse shell. If you were to replace this with an interpreter reverse shell, the stage would be huge. Actually, let's just see how big the... so we'll do shell 2. So shell 2 is going to be the stageless. And if we just replace that with an underscore. And do an ls-l in in var dub shell. Right. So our initial one, which was the how is the stage bigger? Apparently in this case the stage is bigger. Where's the Metasploit reverse shells? Now I'm interested. List payloads, grep interpreter. I should probably grep Linux and grep x64. Let's just for science, let's generate both of them interpreter payloads. Alright, maybe I don't grab X64. Okay, here we go. So do we have right here we go. We've got this reverse TCP. Right, so this one here. Oh, we haven't started a battle. Thank you for reminding me. Let me do that right now. Where are the enemies? They're right there. There you go. Okay, so this one is the staged, and this one is the stageless. So let's do the staged first. The Venom. Okay, so we're going to delete this one, and I'll call it staged. Staged.elf. Payload size 123 bytes. Oh. Hang on, did I just kill it? Yeah, I did. I'll have to regenerate that. And then stageless. So I'm pretty sure stageless will be, yeah, okay, alright. So the size of these is quite a bit different. I'm guessing it just doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't work for the reverse shell. I don't know. I don't entirely know why. That is odd. But yeah, because Meterpreter is huge, like it's a big program. If you only have a few hundred bytes to deal with, you can just use the staged one, and then it will down. The first thing it does is it downloads the rest of it. Okay. So that's TryHackMe done. We can terminate that machine. Let's get on with an easy retired machine. So I figured out we're going to sort by user difficulty. Okay. And we're going to sort in the opposite direction. Because I want to actually do easy boxes. Let's at least put that thing on. Okay. So I think. Right. So these are apparently easy. How old is Legacy? I feel like Legacy is ancient. And it might be, yeah. Legacy, okay, so that's probably going to be an SMB vulnerability, so we probably won't do that one. Time lapse is cool. Thing is, I don't want to go down too far, because the problem is with these, with HackTheBox easy, as soon as you get into these where people are ranking it too hard, or a bit hard, or even medium, like, I want to try and stay at least where there's a bunch of this stuff. So Netmon, I've apparently done the user, but I didn't get the Privesk for some reason. We can always try Netmon again. Can try look at Antique. Actually, so Antique was released this year. Has a better rating as well. I know Granny. I think I've done Granny in the past, maybe. I think let's keep it between Netmon and Antique. So I'll do a poll. Because I want to test if we can actually do this. Which box? Netmon or Antique? And I think if I've set this up correctly, there should now be a widget on the screen. There we go. Hopefully that looks good. Alright, let's grab all that. And we will go back to CD into HackTheBox. Lab Tiberius. Cool. Alright. So you got about a minute and a half to vote now. Please do vote if you're in the stream. There are 52 of you. I see only 11 votes. So please try and vote. Netmon is winning right now. Antique is maybe catching up. You got about 45 seconds left. I got a few follows. Thank you, Tenguin-san. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. Mekdearpone, Khan89, Skiddy Leet 9, Kichi, Hikaru TV, Primo Pratzi. Welcome, welcome. We're all at work and lurking. Be patient with us. You can click a button to vote. Oh, Kichi, I missed your question. Is EJPT worth it in the UK, or are there any better certs you would suggest for trying to get into cyber? So bear in mind, I have not lived in the UK for 8 years. As far as I'm aware, Crest and Tiger Scheme are still the top ones in terms of not in terms of actual certs, but in terms of getting into industry positions, because they're recognized by the government. So they always look good on the CV. Usually your employer will get you to do them. Netmon won, by the way, so we'll spawn this. Yeah, if your ultimate goal is to get like it's to get on a check team, so like check team lead or check team member, then you probably want to go Crest and Tiger. Out of the two, Tiger Scheme is much better. And again, this is based now on 10 years ago. So I got to get to check team member, I took Crest, and the check team member exam is stupidly easy. So you can take either Crest or Tiger for that one. To get check team leader, the Crest exam for check team leader is ridiculous. At least it was 10 years. 10 years ago. The Tiger Scheme is much better. Also, Crest is this huge corporation. Tiger Scheme is run by a professor in Wales. So it's also kind of good because you're kind of supporting an independent certification body. But yeah. Okay, we have an IP address. We will let this sit for a bit. We'll create our directories though. So HackTheBox. So we're gonna run. I got auto recon as a sudo. No, okay. So I need to do sudo. Hang on. Right. Config -vv. What we'll do as well is we'll edit a host file and we will put in the IP and do netmon.hackthebox and we will run. So the reason I'm doing sudo is so we have UDP scanning enabled. And netmon.hackthebox should now resolve. So if we do a dig or a host now, no. But if we curl it, it should. Assuming it has. All right. Well, hopefully it works. How long has it been up? All right, let's just run the scan. So it's now it'll do a UDP port scan, which obviously requires the use of root privileges. Looking at career switch, doing TryHackMe for a few months, started doing EJPT recently. Look at the other two tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I would honestly, if you're trying to get into the industry from scratch, OSCP is always the best way. There is a lot of ports on this. OSCP will look good on the CV. Check exams like Crest and Tiger. Usually they're the ones you get while at a pen testing company. Your employer should pay for those. Alright, what did we find? We did find port 80. So let's do this. Netmon. To be a check team member, you need security clearance too, so probably better once you're in. Yeah. Okay. So we got PRTG network monitor. So we'll search for an exploit. All right. Exploit DB says an authenticated remote code execution. Let's just double check. There's nothing else. Yeah. So there's XSS, which isn't going to help us, and then there's an authenticated remote code execution. Assuming this version 18.2.38. Is there any? Ah, here we go. PRTT version 18.1.37. So this definitely should be vulnerable. See, that's in the. Let me zoom in. A lot of the times when loading things that could be cached, like CSS files. They will add a version which literally does nothing. So this doesn't alter the contents of the CSS file at all. It's just to prevent caching if you upgrade. So when they upgrade the service, they'll upgrade this version number here, which will cause your browser to reload the CSS file. Okay. So we basically need to find credentials or brute force them. We could always try and see if the default credentials. Default password. Okay. Christy coming in with the gift sub to 0x Jelly. Thank you so much. Welcome 0x Jelly. So it looks like login and password are both PRTG admin. Who reckons this won't work? Yeah. Okay. But we do at least know, potentially, I'm going to create a notes file. Okay, so we'll do PRTG network monitor 480. Usernames. Username this. There is also this one. So auth RCE. Okay, let's go back to our results and see if they found anything else. So what else? There's TCP. Sorry, there's TCP because there's TCP. There's FTP on 21. Let's see if the anonymous FTP login is allowed. We should have also seen that highlighted in pink. Maybe not. The FTP scan should have highlighted that. I'll have to see why that's not working. Alright. So, anonymous FTP, for those of you who do not know. And we'll go to Netmon. When you connect, if anonymous FTP is enabled, you can type anonymous as your username, then usually just press enter. The password is blank. If it's not blank, you can try anonymous as the password. But okay, this is interesting. So we can try users. I'm guessing we cannot look in the administrator directory. No. But can we get an inet pub? We can. Alright. Why is there an FTP root directory there? That's even weirder. Can we do this? Nope. Cancel that. Okay. root. So is there another HTTP? Ah, there are. Let's go at HTTP on 5985, which is, I'm guessing, the what's it called? WS something? WinRM. There we go. Yeah, that's gonna be WinRM. What tool is this output from? This is from Auto Recon, which I will paste, which is my own tool. Okay. So the thing is, this shouldn't be. This hang on, are we in? Yeah, we're in the inetpub root directory, which is blank, which means we can't possibly be here. Which means maybe there's another another web server running. It shows how I have done this box, at least the first part, so I don't even remember how I got on, which means I did it ages ago. Alright, where's the services? So 47001 might be. Not found. So actually entirely possible. So let's try netmon.HackTheBox. Alright, let's create something. So alright, if I go into netmon again, HackTheBox, netmon. Let's create tib.html. Put Tiberius in there. And then if we do put tib.html, access denied. Right. So we cannot upload. We can look in temp. Nothing in temp. I guess we can look in logs. Okay. What do we want to go in? Log files. Alright, FTP. I'm going to copy this. Access denied. Alright. Failed request log files. Access denied. WMSVC. Okay. Alright, so we can get this, presumably. Good, alright. How big is that file? Not too big.
Incoming raid.
Oh, good, that happened. Yay. Alright, I was wondering if the raid thing would go off. Gar7, raiding with a party of 18. Thank you, my friend. We're doing Netmon, and that reminds me I should probably update my little thing. HackTheBox. Netmon. So, we found, so far, Port 80 has this PRTG network monitor, which is vulnerable to an authenticated remote code execution, which we do not have the password for. The default password and username is PRTG admin, which, yeah, the login name and password. However, that is not the right password. If we go, we try to put it in, it just says login failed. So we're looking around. We found FTP as anonymous logins allowed. Doesn't seem that we can add anything. We did find this WMSVC log, so which looks like it's a web management shell. So I'm not entirely sure if there's anything useful in here. You know what? I'm going to open this in another tab here. There we go. What was that? Okay. which is just going to get us the username, I think. So there's a lot of post requests. And he gets case sensitive. No. I guess we could try. We can see if this service.axd exists on the other site. Oops. Doesn't look like it, and I'm guessing it doesn't exist here. Hang on. No. But we had these Netmon administrator is the username, which we already knew. Is there anything? Anything other than Netmon admin? I'm not seeing it. Alright, let's go back. Apparently a CD 2010 has been identified, which is probably not correct. Oh, maybe it is JMX console. So can we actually get? No, we can't. Okay, so that was just mmap being silly. Okay. Is Ferrex supposed to find anything? Found this, which might be interesting, but it's not. Forgot password, CSS file, PNG, login, and index. Okay, so nothing there. These are all 401s, so they're nothing to be worried about. Okay, what else? No other vhosts yet. Alright. Okay, Netmon is 64-bit. Good to know. Alright. Did we get anything useful here? Doesn't look like it from a first glance. It's just okay. Enum for Linux probably ran. It did. So we can try and. Okay. It doesn't allow null sessions, which means it can't enumerate anything. That's not going to work. The SMB doesn't work, which is always good to know, which means none of these should work either. Okay, so this is the WinRM. Oh god. And then we have RPC, 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 and RPC. Which means is it just brute forcing? We could try brute forcing, I guess. So what we'll do is we'll grab this check login. Oh, hang on, login URL. No, that's... Yeah, that's just me. Alright, there we go. So if I send this to Intruder... we could use Hydra. I'm going to use Intruder. Clear. And we're going to check the length of passwords. Alright. 2020 200 most used. Let's try that first. And then if we don't, we'll use the 10,000 top 10,000 dark web ones. Well, let's see if it'll grab any of these. So I have highlighted the test password. Payloads. Okay, and we good timing. We will select this. User share sec lists. Passwords. That one. And yeah, we'll use that one. Okay, we'll see how that does. And we will start a Stream Raider battle. Okay. That was easy. Nice one, guys. Well done, J.info and Christy. Oh, this is going to be a hard battle next. Very hard. So, let's all gather over here. Alright, there you go. Go back to my screen. So, did I crash it, really? Okay, it's just being very slow. Hang on. Resume it. So far it hasn't found anything. You can tell because all these 302s have the same length. Which means they're gonna have this message, the login error message. If it's being this slow, and that might be because the directory bus is still running and the vhost enumeration. So that might be why it's being so slow. It is still doing it though. Is there anything else? Let's go back to the FTP. So, oh, okay. We need to actually go back. Anonymous. Right. Can you actually see anything in Windows? Okay, so we can see stuff in Windows. Users just had the administrator user in it, which is interesting, I guess. Program files. Oh, hang on. There we go. I wonder if we can do program files, PRTG. Alright, hang on. CD in there. Can we CD into PRTG network launcher? Alright, hang on. Let's close this with paint. Is there a config anywhere? Let's check. PRTG network monitor config file location. Notes.txt? Oh, is that here? Where did you see notes.txt? I don't see notes.txt. Let me know if where you saw it, and then I'll There's a few directories up. Oh, okay. It was in program files? This is program files. Oh no, sorry. This is my stuff here. I accidentally, I don't know why I did this, but when I LS'd and I didn't give it a proper directory, it just listed everything in my current directory. Apologies. No, that's my bad. I was like, oh damn, we're on something. Okay. Okay, hang on, there's a web root here. Again, probably nothing. Configuration. Alright. Let's see. // We're in. Right. There's a setup log.log. What am I doing? Where did that go? Get setup. Oh, hang on. It's PRTG. Okay. I'm thinking maybe the setup log might have. Do we have access to program data? I don't think we do because. Yeah. We have access to users, but we don't have access to. I suppose we might have access to public, but I doubt we have anything in here. Oh, hang on. There's the user.txt. Oh. We got user.txt technically. Okay. Where's the... Okay, right. So we can, yeah. Well, we're in... Let's just try this. Hang on. So I think this is the where we are. So now let's do ls-la. Okay, yeah, we did. I thought I did dot -la before. So we can go into program data, yeah. Go into program data. It's not going to autocomplete. And it's in Payslur, if I remember correctly. PRTG network monitor. Okay. Let's grab these. mget PRTG configuration. Yep. Okay, hang on. Get PRTG configuration.old.back. There we go. Okay. Well, we have the admin email. This is the setup log. I'm just seeing if it had any password in it. This is an extremely long log file, but I'm guessing there's no password in it. Oh, no. All right, okay. Let's try the config.dat. It might be in the backup. There we go. It was in the backup. Was it in this one as well? No. Noise. Okay. There we go. All right. Now we can close. We can stop this attack. Discard. PRTG admin. I can actually as well, presumably just kill this. We don't need any of that anymore. It is still working, it's just loading a bit slow, I guess. Come on. Alright, let's try it again. I guess checking the password is taking a little while. I don't know why it's taking a while, but we shall see. Thank you, KXWU. AF Alan Hope. Kawilla. Reichhost. Is that St. Michael? St. Michael. Makes sense. For the follows. Also S. Stark. What? Login has failed? Please try again? What? Did I copy it right? PRTG admin, right? PRTG admin. Oh, we've got we can just use evil WinRM, right? So let's use crack map exec WinRM. Config said DB password, did it? No, Linux logon. Oh no, hang on. It did say, but I mean, I presume that it's the same. That's the thing. There's no database support. Need a domain for that. I wonder if we can just FTP in. Let's try FTP again. No. Alright. Maybe it's just administrative. Or admin. Yeah. The thing is, right? They wouldn't include an old .bak file if you weren't supposed to use this password that we found. All right. I just don't believe they would. The fact that they even put user in a comment as well. But oh, we could try. No. Thing is, we kind of know which users there are because, I mean, we assume we know which users there are because we can see the home directories. But the way in has to be like, I mean, why would you install this if you know, this is probably the way in. But I almost guarantee this is the way in. So I'm just wondering why the username. The password was PRTG admin 2018. I guess, when was this box released? Probably 2018. Activity. Try to see you. Yeah. Alright, let's try that. So we're gonna do 2019. That was it. Good one, Angel.
We are in.
Well, we're not in yet. Alright. Password is this. So, let's grab. We can exit out of this. We can do search exploit -m, and now we have a copy on. Let's remove all this Ferox crap. Now we have, yeah. Okay. So once authenticated, grab your cookie and use it with the script. Run the script to create and use a pentest, the administrator group with the password pentest. Okay. So we have to give it -c and then all the cookies. So luckily we have all the cookies here. Probably don't need _GA and _GID, but we'll include them anyway. -u, okay. So chmod +x, assuming it's probably already as exploitable. -u HTB netmon.HackTheBox -c and paste all of that. Did they? Hang on. Why am I always in Netmon? Did they want us to? Right. Okay, so yeah, they don't want us to encode, so actually I need to place that with an equal sign. Okay. We can close that one. How goes it? Gifaram. Nice to see you again, my friend. Just so you were streaming and figured I'd jump in whilst working on the OCP lab. Honed almost nearly half the lab so far, in just over a month. That's incredible, man. Well done. A new use a pen test with password pen test. So is this actually adding? I presume it's adding a user on the box, right? So now can we use crack map exec? Let's just try HackTheBox and do pen test. Yeah. Okay. Oops. Map exec. Hang on. WinRM. Because we can just use a command, right? Or we can just use either WinRM. Screw it. Let's do that. Alright, Netmon, HackTheBox. Password is this. And I've already forgotten what our user was. Just pen test.
We are in.
We're in. And that means, because we are technically, if I do net user pen test, we are in the administrators group. So we can go into CD users. Firstly, like if we now type public user.txt, there's the hash, which I already did the user on this box, I guess. So I guess I didn't figure out password thing before. Alright, but now we can type, well, we can cd into administrator. Because we are an admin. We can go onto the desktop and we can type .txt. And we are in. Submit flag. So actually, yeah, I would agree. That's probably easy for HackTheBox. Just a matter of finding real life applicable. What would we say? I mean, anonymous FTP, not really. Common vulnerabilities, yeah. Enumeration, definitely a lot of enumeration. That was good. Last part was above my head. What didn't you understand? This is Cyber Mentoring Monday. You can ask questions, and I will attempt to answer them. So I take it you mean yeah, I mean, I guess just yeah. At which point did you lose me? It's finding a difference between what is considered easy or medium on HackTheBox versus how offset reach difficulty. Found offset box is way easier than HackTheBox. Yeah, I mean HackTheBox has always had this problem. The evil part, right? Okay, so yeah, we exploited this script and added a user pen test, and the user was added to the actual OS, the Windows operating system. I then confirmed that with crackmap exec. Now, WinRM is just a way to authenticate. So all I did was I said, okay, use WinRM, which we knew was open because we found the port, which was 5985. Okay. So we found 5985 earlier, so we knew WinRM was there. Confirmed it worked with the password it gave us, which we confirmed right there. Now, you can, with crackmap exec, technically execute shells and stuff, I think. But the evil WinRM, if you Google it, it's basically, honestly, just a program that uses the WinRM mechanism to spawn a PowerShell shell. That's really it. As far as I'm aware. Yeah, so if you ever see port 5985 open on a Windows box, and especially if you curl it and you get an HTTP response, because WinRM uses HTTP, you can get a shell provided you have a valid username and password. All right, and in this case we did. If you don't, then you can't use it. But yeah, I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything really like special about Evil WinRM in terms of what it does. I think it just, yeah, it's just a nice way to get a shell. Easily load, yeah. So you can load external stuff. See, we are technically in a PowerShell, but we're in an Evil WinRM PowerShell. So yeah, you can do some cool stuff with it. I haven't really played around with it too much. Didn't Microsoft fix the WinRM loophole? I don't think so. See the options by typing menu. Thank you. Yeah, so we're technically, even though we are in a PowerShell shell, Evil WinRM is handling it. So obviously typing menu in PowerShell won't do anything. But yeah, so you can upload, download. There's even a tool to bypass AMSI, which is nice. Cool. Okay. Well, we'll do Stream Raiders, and then we'll call it a day. I have to cut this. I have to cut the stream short because I'm busy this evening. But yeah, hopefully that was good. At least we did an easy box on Cyber Mentoring Monday that was actually easy for once. So we'll start early. But we'll find someone to raid. In fact, let me do that now. Alright. What is BreakSec doing? At least we won. He is doing HackTheBox. News, discussion, answer your questions. Okay, we will raid BreakSec. But first, well done Kichi and Gifaram. Square me. Yeah, I apologize. I have to end it early today. But let me do that. We're gonna raid. Who did I say? BreakSec. Oh, follow or subscribe or any chat. That's fine. Okay. So, thank you very much for watching. On the screen right now, there are my socials. Please follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord server. I have a YouTube channel where I upload these after editing them. So please give me a subscription. And if you are watching me on Twitch, assuming you're not watching the recording of this, you don't need to give me a follow, but appreciate it if you could. You get notifications when I start streaming. But I hope everyone has a great week. I should be back on Wednesday for more Web App Wednesday, unless something else happens. Otherwise, yeah, have a great week, everyone. And we will raid BreakSec.